Can we roll? मलाई के याद छ भने we're rolling by the way. मलाई के याद छ भने my parents put me in a plane के होइन म सानै हुँदाखेरि I believe जहाजमा लगाएको थियो होला. That's why I'm not afraid of flying के. That's the thing that I remember के. त्यसैले उड्न डर लाग्दैन के मलाई.
म त when Ayanka was not even almost a month old हुँदाखेरि नै उसलाई त मैले bathtubमा राखेर नुहाइदिन्थेँ bubble bath गरेर. Because you get the baby bathtubs where the tub holds the head के, because अहिले she can't put her head up, no?
Yeah.
But you have a bathtub where the head can sit there comfortably. You don't have to hold it also. And the body's inside the water. So as a result, she loves water really. She loves a bubble bath really. She's only 3 months old.
First मैले हेरेको त्यो निर्वाणाको त्यो याद छ निर्वाणाको त्यो एउटा त्यो पोस्टर छ नि त बच्चा होइन सुट
Yeah.
the बच्चा kind of suit later होइन but त्यो मलाई याद छ kids can float. I'm sure kids can like
no, they
float.
love water, man. They were inside water.
Yeah, they were inside water. So even if you leave the kid, pani chiryo भने पनि it's fine, actually. It's fine.
They can hold their breath.
They can hold their breath. They can control themselves.
People just don't know that.
Oh yeah, this is the one. मलाई यो देखेपछि मलाई थाहा भयो हुन्छ नि हैन.
I like how it's like already censored because the quality is so bad.
Yeah, well, there are many reasons for that. Guys, it's a pleasure to have both of you, man. It's a pleasure. Thank you very much for coming. And I believe today is going to be New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And I'm ending this year's. I started this year and I'm ending it with you guys. It's a pleasure to have both of you guys here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Man, I've known both of you guys for such a long time.
I know, right?
And it's so nice to go ahead and have you guys on a podcast that, well, I can call it mine. So it's a pleasure, man.
So
Thank
proud
you
of
very much.
you.
Congratulations. Yeah.
So proud of this set. It looks beautiful.
Thank you very much. And all right, let's get started with this. You're starting your own. I want to hear that right away. Go for it.
No, I think because
Yeah.
you know, this is one of the platforms where you can speak whatever the hell you want to. After manma bhako kura, whatever is going on in the world. A lot of these things, so many things, like what we were talking about also. And there's a first-hand experience, there's a second-hand experience, and there's things you read, things you watch, these third-hand experiences. I want to share those things. I want to listen to what people have to say about these things, you know. So, I want to talk on this show as well. Okay?
Yeah. No, I'm happy, man.
I actually have to take this.
No, go for it. Just take it, man. Is it the Pathao writer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just take it. Just take it.
Thank you very much, Pathao.
I don't know. We love Pathao, man. Make sure that you. I don't know what we're gonna do with this. I know. But anyways, I know. Pathao no way. I don't.
I got a number already.
Pathao has revolutionized and changed the way we do things.
Yeah.
I'm super happy about that.
Commute.
Imagine all the things that we had to do before Pathao. With one click, this is not a paid advert, right? It's all on the house, right? It's easy, man. Life has become super easy.
Yeah, that is true.
Being honest, I've never used Pathao.
You never used Pathao? I'll sign you up, man.
No, I think I have it.
You have it?
I've never had.
There you go, Pathao Rider back. Have you ever used?
No.
You've never used Pathao?
That's it.
It's so goddamn easy, man.
I think I just haven't had to.
To use Pathao,
So
right?
far.
No, but
Thank you, brother.
अस्ति मैले के भएको थियो भन्दाखेरि टु बी अनेस्ट होइन मेरो गाडीमा त्यो ऊ सकेको थियो कि के भन्छ त्यो पावर स्टियरिङ लिक्विड आई डिन्ट ह्याभ टाइम टु गो आई लिटरली डिन्ट ह्याभ टाइम टु गो होइन आई कल द Pathao राइडर आई गिभ हिम एक्स अमाउन्ट अफ मनी एन्ड आई सेड प्लिज क्यान यू ब्रिङ मी पावर स्टियरिङ लिक्विड फ्रम सो एन्ड सो प्लिज होइन पोर गाई गट इट एन्ड ओन्ली टुक द अमाउन्ट द्याट यु हेभ टु गो एन्ड कम ब्याक के सो आई एरेन्ज पनि रन गर्दै थियो कि त्यो बेचेर द्याट गाई हुन्छ नि होइन आई रियली वान थ्याङ्क आई डोन्ट नो हिज नेम बट आई वान थ्याङ्क द्याट गाई टु सो यु क्यान डु द्याट मच एज वेल हुन्छ नि इफ यु एक्स देम सो यु नो समटाइम्स यु हेभ एरेन्ज टु रन सो म्यान नो एनिवेज Pathao is great.
It's given so many people opportunities as well. Asti bharkar pani I saw a post. No, somebody is a Pathao rider and he saved up a so and so amount of money and is doing good for themselves. महिनाको 1 लाख कति कमाइरहेको छ. That's amazing amount of money, man. For someone
From
who's
Pathao?
like from
Pathao?
Should be my side business now.
Yeah, man.
If you're making 1 lakh from
Swear to
Pathao.
God.
Damn. Dude, what? Why are we doing
Why are we
this?
doing this?
Why are we doing this?
No, that's no. So the job opportunities को पनि कुरा आयो नि. A lot of people like हाम्रो यो उमेरमा हामीले त अहिले we've seen a few experience गरेको छ भनेर भनौँ होइन. But then like these people अहिलेको generation who have so much time to do whatever the hell they want to do, but then there's a thing called Pathao and you want to sign yourself up.
Yeah.
You want to help society. You want to help Sanjay Gupta.
Done,
You have the opportunity. काम पहिला त के गर्थ्यो एउटा त्यो जङ्सनमा जान्थ्यो चुरोट खान्थ्यो रक्सी खान्थ्यो गरेर बस्थ्यो
होइन है, म त 16 वर्षदेखि काम गरेको.
16 वर्षदेखि मैले पनि काम गरेको तर कामको साथ
त्योभन्दा अगाडि त काम गर्नु नि हुँदैन, द्याट्स बाल शोषण.
True, so true, so true, so true, so true.
लाइसेन्स पनि दिँदैन नि त.
अनि
No, but again, we're super duper thankful. I know. I want to jump into this. I know we talked about age, right? How does it feel to be a dad now?
What does that have to do with it? What does that have to do with it?
I'm just jumping into it. How does it feel
my
to be a dad?
My parents had me before
Yeah.
they were this age.
Yeah.
So they started early.
Same, man.
I know.
Same with my parents.
I'm friends with my parents, which is like the most amazing thing in the world.
I see you cycling with dad.
Yeah, of course. I cycle with him all the time. Which is like a friend thing.
Yeah.
they look like brothers also.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like a dad.
My dad doesn't look like my dad. My dad looks like my bigger brother. Sometimes
I know.
even my younger brother.
I know. When I see him at Epic and when I see all of you guys at Epic, man, that is so true. But all right, how does it feel to be a dad?
No, it's amazing. It's unbelievable. It's not something that I can explain and make you understand. Okay?
Yeah.
You have to, if you want to experience it. True. Our earlier generation, I know so many people who just say like, I don't want to have a child. So your experience as a man, and these responsibilities that I've chosen to take, and because it was a decided thing, it's unbelievable, man. It's rewarding, and to look at this ball of meat and bones and call it a part of me, it's insane. It's insane. Because you remember like how your parents come up to you and they're like, "Ta पहिला आम बाउ अनि त्यसपछि थाहा हुन्छ या man थाहा हुँदो रहेछ." थाहा हुँदो रहेछ के.
Wow, man. No, I can see it in your eyes, Ayushman. Seriously. I see it in your eyes and I know exactly what you... But, well, I can't feel it. I'm not a dad, but I kind of get it. I kind of understand.
But you're a daddy.
Bad daddy.
Daddy.
Naughty daddy.
Dad. Welcome to the show.
No, welcome to the show, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in. No, what's the podcast going to be called? Have you decided on a name yet?
Yeah, but I don't want to disclose it.
All right. No, that's fine. But just to give everybody a gist of the podcast, if you want.
It's going to be me and my mom doing it.
Whoa.
That's all I'm going to say.
You and your mom?
Yeah.
Nice, man. That's super. No,
It'll be a first.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's definitely going to be a first. Yeah,
definitely.
No, I'm super excited.
No, I think because I've said it here.
Yeah,
it has to happen.
It has to happen.
It has to happen. Mom, if you're watching it, please, we have to make this.
It has to happen. And I'm super glad that you're starting a podcast. There are other friends who've started a podcast because it's different, it's new, I know, and I'm happy that everybody. Okay, I'm gonna jump into this. You guys started. COVID happened. Both of you guys jump-started YouTube. You guys started your own thing. It was already there, but you didn't stop. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys are one of the motivations. I'm going to be very honest here. You guys are one of the motivations because remember our truth. I said this in January I said this in January. Isto mazale you guys carried that, and can I disclose this to everybody? It's a 2-people team. That's it, right? Yeah, I can say that. Right? It's just the 2 of you.
No one's going to be butthurt.
It's just the 2 of you.
It's just the 2 of us and the dogs.
When people watch it, production value is crazy. Okay. All right. Let's jump into it. How tough is it to go ahead and create it? Just Priyanka, just aligati gist la. How tough is it to go ahead and create one episode of a show?
It is really, really tough. Quite honestly, because when it's a 2-people team, then shoot pani afeli garda huncha. So when we are actually shooting, shoot day ma haina, chop diaries ko kura garcha. Every time when a guest comes, they always expect like a team of 8-10 people like and jaile pani aera ani khoi ta team bhन्छ ke धेरै जनाले, and we're like, this is it. So I think that's also why our guests also get more comfortable because there's nobody. Okay? Camera ko pasadi Ayush huncha and u pani he's the part of the show because u pani boliरहन्छ बिचमा हैन. But then when shoot day happens, I'm the one running around with the recipe, everything, chopping, cutting, getting the place ready, everything. Ayush is the one running around with all the lights and sound and putting pin mics on everyone and external mic to capture the sound and this, that, light, camera, everything bhayena. And edit jane belama I edit the episode because I've always loved editing. And then he works on the color and the sound and final everything and then
stabilization.
Yeah. So it's just a 2-people team, but it's very difficult. It takes us like an entire week to get one episode ready.
And people don't sometimes people don't realize that. Okay, that's the same thing with movies as well, no?
Yeah.
Remember when we were filming in London to Chisoma हुन्छ नि हैन यसरी त्यो छोपेर हैन we did happy days
Happy
together
Days.
हैन त्यो एउटा scene थियो के that I'll never ever forget it हैन X if you can pull this up हैन there's a scene where I'm doing that Shah Rukh Khan thing and then Priyanka is right
God,
there.
it was so
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
so cool. My God.
I know that shot.
Cold, bro.
I
It was
remember watching
so
that shot.
cold हैन यस्तो चिसो थियो हैन अनि मसँग मैले चाहिँ त्यो सुट ज्याकेट त थियो नि त मसँग एटलिस्ट हैन and I look at Priyanka के I'm freezing my ass off हैन and I look at Priyanka and she's wearing त्यो साडी के पनि छैन त अरू हैन just the साडी
Yeah.
and I look at her and I'm like if she can pull it off I don't feel cold हुन्छ नि हामी सबैजनाको मोटिभेसन was you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
But
I
it
हुने नै
was
थियो.
so cold. Oh my
I
God.
bet.
म त अहिले सम्झिँदा पनि कस्तो हुन्छ लिप सिङ गर्दा इफ यु क्लोजली वाच द्याट भिडियो होइन त्यो नम भएर नि लिप सिङ इफ यु लुक एट सम अफ द शट्स यु क्यान सी एक्चुली नाक रातो भएर त्यस्तै
त्यो के रुथविन ब्यारेक्स हो कि भन्ने ठाउँ कहाँ लगाएको थियो कहाँ मिलन दाइले होइन कहाँ अब त्यो होइन त्यहाँ गएर म्यान आई नेभर फर्गेट दिस म चाहिँ आम इनसाइड सम काइन्ड अफ लाइक सम काइन्ड अफ केभ or something like that and she is doing her fast people don't understand this तर त्यो हेर्दा स्लो मोमा हेर्दाखेरि पो त त्यो हुन्छ होइन मान्छेले हेर्दाखेरि पो त तर तिमी नै मेरो त्यो you have to do it so fast
सिङ अब
double the speed
डबल स्पिडमा गर्नु पर्छ अनि त्यो जाडोमा एक त बोली यु न हाउ बोली लडबडिन्छ नि जाडो महिनामा बोली लडबडिरहेको छ एन्ड यु हेभ टु डु इट इन्टु टूमा एन्ड विथ दोज क्लोज ओ माई गड एन्ड देन द्याट यु रिमेम्बर द्याट abandoned castle
Oh, there you go. That's
you go.
the one. Yeah, I don't know if you can play this. That's the scene. It's
Look at-
so cold.
Oh, see, if you see.
Run, kid. Move forward. Sort of move forward. Oh, your part. I'll get past that. Oh, your part. Let's just play from here. त्यो रियल हावा हो चिसो
Yeah. म त फेरि एक त हिल्स लगाइरहेको छु होइन टोज पनि फिल भएको छ जाडो भएर
त्यो होइन यस्तो चिसो थियो होइन अनि मान्छेले त्यो एनिवेज कमिङ ब्याक टु द होल पोइन्ट पिपल डु नट रियलाइज द्याट द अमाउन्ट अफ एनर्जी एन्ड एफर्ट युभ डन लाइक हन्ड्रेड्स अफ मुभिज होइन त्यो अमाउन्ट अफ एफर्ट द्याट यु पुट इन फर द्याट वान सट इज लाइक ओ माई गड you realize that when you do movies right okay and then people watch it त्यसको त कपालै मिलेन छ oh man that is tough but just two of you working on Chop Chop
Yeah.
how did Chop Chop came to play though
Chop Chop happened because first we were just married होइन बिहा हुने बित्तिकै
And Priyanka learned how to cook.
होइन and I always knew how to cook but then I never cooked because time पनि हुँदैन थियो and I'm
She knew how to cook noodles.
and you know
this.
Maggie you've eaten
I've sent you Maggie
Yes,
on your
you have.
birthday
You have.
right? Yeah,
She knew
yeah.
only how to make like noodles and त्यसपछि prawn and whatnot.
no not I knew matrai that was the only thing I'd like to eat that was the only thing I would make
त्यसमा डल्ले पनि हाल्थ्यो कि
Yeah.
भाइले,
अनि म चाहिँ अहिले पनि कस्तो छु भने जस्तो I don't eat like a lot of things so the things I don't eat I never make I'm not the kind to say oh let's experiment and अरूले खान्छ भनेर if I eat it then I make it if I don't eat it I will never make it
Don't expect हाम्रो Chop Chop मा भेन्टाको this and that. It's not going to be that.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not going to happen.
अनि so पहिला त you know you've traveled so much with me and you've stayed with me so much म त खासै I'm not like a foodie नि त I don't need a lot of food to make me happy
I know what
and
you need
stuff. Yeah so I don't need
अब
food
अहिले के हो
होइन?
थाहा छैन होइन तर त्यतिखेर चाहिँ
Yeah. अनि त्यसले गर्दा हो कि म कहिले पनि नपकाउने बट देन अब बिहा भइसकेपछि चाहिँ बिकज वी गट आवर ओन प्लेस अनि एकैचोटि बिहा भइसक्ने बित्तिकै हामीले हेल्पहरू कोही राख्नै पाएको थिएन कि घरमा दिदीहरू सो इट वाज जस्ट हिम एन्ड मी एन्ड लकडाउन सो जस्ट द टु अफ अस खाना त पकाउनु पऱ्यो नि त
just me and lockdown
Yeah.
हो द्याट्स व्हाट ह्यापन
हाम्रो honeymoon हाम्रो घर थियो.
या एन्ड देन
There's
प्लस
nothing.
सबै सामान सारी पनि सकेको थिएन हाम्रो इकबाल भैयाले सबै फर्निचर बनाउनु पनि भ्याउनु भएको थिएन लकडाउन सो सम रुम्स आर एम्टी किचनमा पनि सबै भाँडाहरू आइपुगेको छैन सबै सपिङ गर्न भ्याएको छैन सो अब एक दिन सुरुमा त वाट डु वी थिङ्क विथ द लकडाउन एक हप्ता 2 हप्ता विल ह्याभ फन एन्ड देन इट वाज फर अलमोस्ट 6-7 months फर्स्ट लकडाउन त सो अब त खाना पकाउनै पऱ्यो नि त एन्ड देन आई वुड जस्ट वाच अदर पिपलको ब्लग्स एन्ड उनीहरूको रेसिपिज एन्ड स्टफ एन्ड स्टार्ट मेकिङ थिङ्स द्याट आई वुड वान्ट टु इट है
Yeah.
एन्ड देन टर्न्ड आउट आई वाज नेक्स्ट लेभल गुड with my cooking. Next level. I'm not even exaggerating, guys. Ani jo aune pani bhanne ba kasto mito khana, you should do a cooking show. I think people would just say it, but then I took it seriously.
Of course.
Everybody was like, you should do a show, man. यस्तो राम्रो रेसिपिजहरू रेस्टुरेन्ट त किन जानु पर्यो त अब उसले नि भन्दै कति किन जानु पर्यो रेस्टुरेन्ट यु जस्ट मेक एभ्रिथिङ आफै रहेछ सो द्याट इज हाउ वी जस्ट थट कि लकडाउनमा टाइम सदुपयोग पनि हुन्छ एन्ड देन पिपल विल लर्न दिज रेसिपिज अल्सो भनेर
And I had 3 cameras laying
And you
around.
had, you had
I had
the
3
cameras.
cameras laying around. I had the mics.
Yeah.
I had lights. Lights, pani, if I show you the set.
Dude, I've seen some of your set. You have.
No, bro.
Did you
you
get
don't
a
know.
order?
No, अहिले पनि त्यही हो. अहिले पनि त्यही हो. Because I invested.
मैले पार्क भिलेजमा हेरेँ नि त सबै. Remember?
No, त्यो setको त्यो is different. We rented those things.
Okay.
Bro, we rented all that.
Okay.
The cameras were mine.
Yeah.
The
I saw your
equipment
camera
for
set.
the camera set was all mine. Sound पछि मैले किनेर अनि बल्ल इन्भेस्ट गर्दै गएँ हैन. Lights ma if you see the lights and I'm using 5,000 rupees ko lights, bro.
Nice.
It's not about the money. It's about
But
how
it's
you
working
use it.
for
It's
us, right?
working.
Yeah,
It's working. It's like, all right, limitations छ. Definitely छ. So time of day पनि हेर्नु पर्यो. हेर्नै पर्यो. अब lighting, artificial lighting is like you have to watch out for all these things नि त. त्यो के भन्छ natural light लाई बरु block गरेर like what you guys have done here. Block गरेर बरु हामीले नै आफ्नो artificial lighting गरेर because it's a stagnant, stable खालको lighting हो नि त. Chop ma we have to be like, all right, we have to finish it in this time. Because your lighting lay, it's limited. But with just like bloody 5,000 rupees for lights, which come to Amro to interview.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Lights. That's all I use, bro. This stand ko to cost ni esto pani मैले बाँचिसक्यो. So I place it somewhere where it's not seen, but it does the job.
And sometimes, you know, अब लाइट्सलाई अड्काउन पर्यो त्यो रिफ्लेक्टर हाल्न पर्यो भने you know what he uses? मेरो क्लिप्सहरू के
च्याप निकाल्यो अनि
च्याप समाइदिनलाई
Diffuser
अड्काउन पर्यो
DIY.
Bro, I work on
we have next level DIY going on घरमा.
You just don't see it. And this is exactly what I wanted to talk about, okay? Just because you don't have the money for it,
it's all irrelevant.
It's all irrelevant. If you want to do it, you can do it however. I mean, if you look at like all these big vloggers, Casey Neistat, these Peter McKinnon, they started off somewhere, right?
With a small tiny little camera. That's it.
I know, exactly.
That's it. You don't need fancy shit.
You don't need fancy shit. If you can afford it later.
Sometimes even now, let's say even if you can afford all the things that you want, and sometimes natural light is still the best. If you can find that time of the day when the light hits perfectly and everything looks nice, and if you can shoot it, then you've got it, Nita.
That's more than enough.
Yeah.
You got the sun. You got the power of the sun, and that's more than enough. It's good to have equipment if you have equipment. जोड्दै जानुपर्ने रहेछ के?
जोड्दै जानुपर्ने. हैन. You can't be like म सबै अहिले लिन्छु.
अनि नलिएसम्म स्टार्ट गर्दिन. That's the wrong mindset.
That's the worst thing to do, bro.
त्यो हुँदैन.
आउँदै आउँदैन त्यो दिन.
Trust me, that's how I did it. people see like, okay, रहेछ नि भनेर. No. Trust me. I know how I started. हुन्छ नि. And I started with literally nothing, and त्यो 13 वर्ष अगाडिदेखिको त्यो हुन्छ नि त्यो चुकुर गर्दै गएर हुन्छ नि. But you have to, तर जोड्नु चाहिँ पर्ने रहेछ कि if you want to get into this for the long haul, then you keep adding. त्यो मान्छेहरूको के हुन्छ किशोर कायस्थ दाइ आउनु भएको थियो कि किशोर दाइ आउँदाखेरि किशोर दाइ यो मेरो यतिखेर किनेको क्यामेरा यस्तो क्यामेरा रहेछ किशोर दाइसँग जुन which has become vintage now हुन्छ नि.
I know ni. I learned from him, bro. What are you on about?
There you go. Every 6 months or 8 months or I don't know, every month technology changes.
Absolutely. Phone नै त्यस्तो छ.
Oh man, let's not even get into that. Let's not even get
so
into
technology,
that.
you can't be chasing around with technology. You do the best with whatever you have.
So what's your thing? The two of you guys, like Chop is there, of course. CD is there. There are thousands of things I'm sure you guys have in your brain. That यो पनि गर्ने. What do you actually want to do now?
So actually हामीले बीचमा लकडाउन भइरहेको बेलामा पनि we actually made a movie, but which was an international production. You know about it.
Yeah.
So the plan basically is obviously I'll always be acting because that's something I love doing. It's in my bones, I know. But at the same time, I've started drifting slowly into production and direction and writing.
Yeah.
Turns out I really love to write. I mean, I've always liked writing, but they never found the time for it because it's so busy हुन्थ्यो नि त. But now that I've started writing, I really enjoy it. So अस्ति बिचमा पनि we shot another short film. त्यो पनि 2 people team घरमै.
Yo, 2 people
We acted.
two people team.
I was also in it. Also.
You in it too?
So त्यो 2 people team त written by me, directed by me. I've also played in it, you know. Then he's also played in it. Then the camera
and then
is
translated
his, sound
and then
is
corrected
his.
the script by me.
अनि so script पनि फेरि म चाहिँ पहिला I write in English के. Englishमा my ideas flow better and it's so good to read नि त.
Yeah.
अनि त्यसलाई नेपालीमा पछि उल्था गर्छु क्या म चाहिँ. So that, and not even the entire thing because we want to make it conversational. I think the biggest problem with Nepali cinemas right now is the script, the language हो नि त. We cannot relate to it. It seems कस्तो अप्ठ्यारो एक्टरहरूले बोलेको सुन्दाखेरि. So अनि त्यो इङ्ग्लिस and नेपाली कन्भर्ट गरेर अनि so basically it's just him and me. So अब चाहिँ the plan is I'm actually planning like a big movie. Cannot disclose a lot. Tara, this is the first place where I'm actually even sharing this, right? Collaborating with other fellow actresses and coming up with like a girl's production, a girl's story, something like that. So I'm writing that. I'll say writing, but I wouldn't say I've already started writing it. Tara, a story thought, dimagma draft just to I need to get down to write it.
2022?
Yeah, 2022.
And a full-fledged movie, like a full cinema.
Yeah.
Man, there's a certain thing about like a full-fledged movie. You've been part of so many, man. Priyanka Karki, there's so many katha. I want to share this. Remember that movie that you did where you were underwater to Chiso super duper freezing?
Oh yeah, where I fainted for like 4 hours.
Oh yeah,
almost died.
Where you fainted for 4 hours. And then Mala भन्यो हुन्छ नि हैन त्यसको स्टोरी भन्दाखेरि नै मलाई when I don't know who told this story, but somebody shared this story and I was like, मलाई आफै चिसो भएको थियो हुन्छ नि त्यो story. I have my own story. Remember the time when you did Trendsetters for us?
Yeah.
When you were up there in the त्यो क्रेनले चुन्डाएर माथि राखेको थियो नि.
Oh, that day also, we were very close to an accident.
Yeah.
You were the one that saw me, right?
आशुतोष and me. आशुले हो क्या आशुले मेन देखायो क्या अनि आशुले स्टप गरायो हुन्छ नि हैन. So you never stop. You never stop, and that is the fantastic thing about you, Priyanka. Like you never ever like there's no full stop.
मलाई याद आयो अचानकमा.
त्यो चटक्क भयो.
Juna was in that train for so long.
I know.
That I was like, तर धन्न देख्यो यार कसै म यस्तो गरेर थिएँ नि माथिबाट but कसरी सुन्ने त्यत्रो म्युजिक छ I was कहाँ माथि.
You were up there and then we saw and then we were like all right and then you know that you heard the story and then you were up there we pulled you down and त्यसपछि अनि तल आइसकेपछि मलाई orange juice खाने मलाई orange juice ल्याइदियो त्यसपछि we're like all right orange juice एक orange juice खाइसकेपछि आशुतोषले हो के अरे हैन no we're done अब हुन्छ नि यो नगर्ने हो हैन म जाने. Remember you were wearing त्यो के यस्तो उड्ने खाले के पो थियो हुन्छ नि. You never stopped with anything and I believe any project that you guys are going to do together or you हुन्छ नि or you work on it's going to be awesome.
Thank you.
The 2 years, how has the 2 years been? That's what I wanted to get into, like the whole COVID thing हुन्छ नि, like how has that been?
Well, if
honestly.
you personally ask me, I know that the whole world is going through this crisis and COVID has actually changed the way we look at lives and the way we just think about everything. Quite honestly, I think COVID gave us a lot of space to just sit back and think, what matters to you the most? What is your priority in life? Because you were actually forced to shut yourself away and spend time at home and stuff, which a lot of people didn't do before that. No. So त्यो aspect, but I think it has been very enlightening. Okay? त्यो way मा चाहिँ. I think for the first time, मैले पनि I took a break नि त.
Exactly, because you
I never
taken a break.
Yeah. And I think for me, say putting obviously, I'm not trying to say that this is a blessing, but putting everything side ma, all the bottom now, everything that COVID brought, the negative sides, obviously, lots of people died, and everything has been crazy.
Economy, the whole thing,
everything's been crazy ever since COVID came. But then, if you look at it from like another way, which I look at it, say it's been a blessing, so blessing in disguise, because that's the time, right around the time when we got married. So for me, it's been a boon, okay? I swear. We got our space, started settling and stuff. If COVID hadn't happened, I don't even think we would start a family or even had the time to actually even think about starting a family because
Yeah.
life त त्यही हुन्थ्यो नि त त्यही रेस ट्र्याक
Full power,
Full
full
power
energy,
racetrack.
गएको गाई.
गएको गए बिकज त्यतिखेर पनि ठ्याक्क कोभिडबाट लकडाउन हुनुभन्दा अगाडि पनि ठ्याक्क मेरो मुभी रिलिज हुनुपर्ने थियो लक्का जवान भन्ने विच नेभर रिलिज एन्ड आई वाज सपोज टु बी वर्किङ अन सम अदर मुभिज एन्ड स्टफ बिकज बिहा त लिटल ब्रेक एन्ड देन विल गेट ब्याक टु वर्क भन्ने खालको माइन्ड सेट थियो नि त सो त्यही नै त्यही भएको भए कोभिड नभएको भए सायद आई वुडन्ट बी द पर्सन द्याट आई एम टुडे जस्तो लाग्छ कि in terms of family and so settled and so enjoying this okay?
Yeah.
I mean eventually I would होला one day but त्यो टाइमिङलाई चाहिँ मैले चाहिँ के गरेँ भने आई जस्ट टुक वाट केम टु मी इज बेसिकली वाट आम ट्राइङ टु से डिन्ट गो लाइक ओ माई गड मैले त्यो प्रोजेक्ट गर्नुपर्ने थियो त्यो गर्नुपर्ने थियो लकडाउन भयो आइम एट होम नो आई रादर आई सेड यु नो वाट बेबी लेट्स मेक फ्यामिली इज पर्फेक्ट टाइम
Let's make baby.
let's make baby let's make baby because as it is
I didn't have to do much.
because see as it is we weren't doing a lot of work and done movies the hardest hit industry I think the entertainment sector and one of the hardest hit so movies hall koile baby let's make baby and then so now that our baby's here and she's 3 months old and there's again another variant coming along looks like we're going to have another lockdown or
Another
whatever
baby?
again no so I'm saying your time ma thakka baby pani bhayo u hurkinde pani garcha when I'm actually supposed to be giving the most time to my baby I'm actually able to do that and you know आफ्नो घरमा मुभ इन भइसकेपछि एकदम बिजी भएको भए आई थिङ्क घर जुन वेमा अहिले कम्प्लिटली सेटअप भयो त्यो पनि हुन पाउँदैन थियो होला कि त्यस्तै आधौधीमै छोडेर कुद्नु पर्थ्यो होला हामी दुईजना एन्ड सो वाट एभर ह्यापन म चाहिँ आई अलवेज ट्रस्ट द टाइमिङ अफ थिङ्स के आई हेभ अलवेज बिलिभड इन वाट द युनिभर्स गिभ्स यु बिकज at that point I think this is exactly what I was supposed to get that's why I got it जस्तो लाग्छ कि मलाई so at this point when COVID hit and everything happened there was first lockdown second lockdown and फेरि कस्तो सोच्दाखेरि it's so funny के first lockdown भयो everything भयो होइन अनि ठ्याक्क ल we got pregnant अनि baby shower यताउतिहरू गर्ने बेलातिर everything opened के there was no lockdown बच्चाको सामानहरू किन्दा flights were all fully functional we ordered stuff from outside everything came back baby shower सक्यो and then again lockdown and again ठ्याक्क डेलिभरीको बेलातिर ठ्याक्क lockdown opened again so went to the hospital and stuff so you know what I'm saying it was all meant to be like this or like for me when us भनेको personally not talking about everybody else everybody might have their own stories but for us saying I just trusted the timing trusted what the universe gave us and everything's been working out perfectly जस्तो लाग्छ है मलाई
All in divine timing.
Yeah.
That's
One thing that you said, you played, bro. The role that you played, we all got to see that, Nita. हामीले हेरेका छौँ नि त हामीले देखाएको छौँ नि त because you wanted, well, you guys together wanted to show it to the world.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people do that. And I'm glad that you did that because people got to देख्न पायो नि त कसरी के हुँदो रहेछ भनेर हुन्छ नि होइन you guys are the biggest, okay, I'll use the word celebrities of the country. No, I'll use this word. And you guys are my friends, but in general.
I don't know.
Well, you guys are my friends, but in general. People go to see a part of your life. That's so important. And Ayushman, we saw all the love that you poured every single day.
Yeah.
you know. No, I'm not trying to like blow my own trumpet. No, I'm not trying to blow my own trumpet. And but then whatever we've shown, it's not fabricated as per se. There's so much more, bro. There's so much more that we are limited to show. We are limited to share, and which is not something that is shouldn't be talked about. It's just people haven't talked about.
Yeah.
You know, these are things that is brushed under the carpet. Okay?
Yeah.
Because these are things as men as a man I can speak is something we just haven't given much attention to as somebody, as a partner. Because of the lockdown I got to see sides of my partner, an individual, and I learned that there is so much more that a female has to go through, bro. A female has to go through that us men are just so ignorant about because we don't have to go through it ever in our lives. You understand what I'm trying to say? So these are things even society does not want to talk about because society is led by us men, right? And just to be able to show just a hint of what a man should be doing, could be doing. And there are a lot of people who would have done that also, but society said, no, यसरी हुँदैन, यसरी होइन, यसरी हो त्यसले गर्दाखेरि a lot of these men who want to do it also haven't been able to do it. A lot of these men who would have done it but don't know how to do it haven't been doing it. I'm just very, very grateful to have been raised by parents who have always said, bro, mom bhayera pani dad bhayera pani we're equals. No one is the alpha in this family. We're all alphas. We're all breadwinners. Take care of each other. Try to understand each other. Create harmony in the house. And that's all it took. That's all it took. Nobody gave me this amount of money to say, okay, you be like this.
Yeah.
I believe in being kind to somebody, not just her, anybody down the street. Why? Because that's the ethics that I have been taught.
Exactly.
And I think that is the main ingredient to becoming a good human being. Rather than being a good man or a good woman. Be a good human being. And a lot of these things I could practice with her because she's my partner for life. You know, touch wood.
No. No, so Ayushman, so well said.
Thank you.
Seriously, so well said. And this is also something that I wanted to get into as well. So well said, and I'm thankful that you guys showed it to the world. Okay? Every step of the way.
Yeah, I think
every step of the
it
way.
was important pani ke to actually show it just like malai.
Exactly.
Because there are so many men also who write to me ke saying ki like कति धेरै कुराहरु चाहिँ कस्तो हुँदो रहेछ भने we learn it in a certain way and then you have to unlearn it के and a lot of us choose not to unlearn it.
Can you give an example?
जस्तो अब बिहा लाइक बच्चा पाइसकेपछि यु नो हाउ सुत्केरी माइतीमा बस्न जाने भन्छ नि त सो त्यो चाहिँ चलन अनुसार कस्तो हो अरे भने डाडीलाई ब्रेक दिएको अरे कि सो द्याट ही क्यान स्लिप प्रपरली राति बच्चाले उठाउँछ दुःख दिन्छ एन्ड स्टफ हुन्छ नि अनि मेरो दिमागमा जहिले पनि किन आउँथ्यो भने के आउँथ्यो भने बच्चा पनि लेडी नै आइमाले नै जन्माउने अनि दुध पनि उसले खुवाउनुपर्छ त्यो त अब सी इज फोर्स टु डु इट नो आई कान्ट से ओके आयुष्मान तिमी दुध खुवाऊ भनेर बिकज ही क्यानट डु इट होइन तर अरू थिङ्समा त हेल्प गर्न मिल्यो नि
No, even दुध खुवाउने बेलामा bro, just to get a tissue
or
when
just
it's leaking.
the kind of things he does, I'll tell you, जस्तो दुध खुवाउने बेलामा if your posture isn't right, then ढाड दुख्छ नि त so he goes every time when I'm feeding my baby हुन्छ नि म बसेको कोही बेला मिल्दैन नि त because I'm not going to be कि म टिपटप बसेर बच्चालाई खुवाउँछु भनेर if she cries then I'm just like okay here's your food. So sometimes I'm like slouching, sometimes I'm not in a comfortable position. So he makes sure कि म जहाँ बसेको भए पनि पछाडि पिल्लोजहरू ल्याएर so that I'm straight. Okay? So these are things you can do as a husband or as a father. And if you've not learned these, then learn them now. It's not too late, Nita. Learn them now because if you have a wife at home who's pregnant or who's just given birth, then you don't have to see being a partner during parenthood doesn't mean कि रातभरि उठ्नुपर्छ भनेर त्यो होइन के there are so many small subtle things that you can do throughout the day at all times without anybody having to ask you to do it or without you showing it to them कि oh I'm doing you a favor. No. Parenthood is a choice you made together Nita. So why should always the woman मात्र suffer? अनि सुत्केरीको बेलामा पनि अब बोलाउँछ नि त माइतीमा अनि त्यो चाहिँ पहिलादेखिको चल्दा मलाई पनि राम्रोसँग थाहा छैन है मैले बुझ्दै गएपछि के हुँदो रहेछ भने अब पहिला अब अहिले पनि होला in so many houses, you know, when the girl is sent off बिहा गरिसकेपछि then ऊ त ससुराली जान्छ नि त and she's not very comfortable over there with the in-laws and stuff because of certain rules होला के होला maybe she's not treated as the own daughter होला अनि सुत्केरीको बेलामा त अब जिउ दुख्छ नि त you cannot get up and go to work and stuff so त्यो खालीको एक्सपेक्टेसन त्यो बेलामा पनि राख्ला है ससुरालीमा so त्यो चाहिँ मेरो छोरीले भोग्न नपरोस् है भनेर चाहिँ माइती पठाउँदो रहेछ के so you rest because माइती त आफ्नो घर हो नि त your mom and your dad is not going to make you do all that you can sleep till 10 11 so there might be some houses where ससुरालीमा women don't feel comfortable to do that बच्चा पाइसकेपछि सुत्केरीमा पनि you feel like oh my god I have to wake up oh my god 5 बजिसक्यो के भन्छ चिया पकाउनुपर्छ त्यो होला नि त so त्यो माइन्डसेटको लागि हो नि त पठाइदिने तर त्यो सँगसँगै अर्को के भयो भने छोरा कम्फर्टेबली सुतोस् अब सुत्केरी बिकज फर्स्ट 2-3 months हो नि त बेबीले सबैभन्दा दुःख दिने भनेको राति every 2 hours 1.5 hourमा फिड गर्नुपर्ने दे डोन्ट स्लिप द नाइट दे कान्ट स्लिप बाई देमसेल्भ्स एन्ड स्टफ सो त्यो मोस्ट डिफिकल्ट पार्टमा ब्रो इफ यु नट देयर देन वाइ डु वी निड यु लेटर जस्तो पनि आउने क्या मलाई दिमागमा हाउ क्यान यु जस्ट से ओ वाइफ गो टु द माइता एन्ड जस्ट स्टे देयर खालिको हुन्छ नि होला चलिआएको चलन होला दे माइट बी सम फ्याक्ट्स एन्ड साइन्स एन्ड वाट एभर विथ इट बट if you think about it, if you can unlearn those things and learn new things,
Yeah.
like he did for me. So he was like, "La maiti jane ho, ma pani आउँछु." Because I also want to be with my daughter. And त्यहाँ गएर पनि त राति त बेडमा त मसँग त उही त सुत्ने हो नि त. If I go to Maiti, doesn't mean कि oh my mom or somebody will come and sleep with me. They'll have their own life. त्यहाँ गएर पनि त I'm going to stay in my own room. हो momले added help गरिदिनुहुन्छ होला. घरमा आफ्नो माइतीमा अलिकति comfortable feel हुन्छ होला. A lot of the ladies को लागि and stuff हुन्छ नि. That does not mean that your husband cannot go or should not go, okay? तर त्यस्तो thought process रहेछ क्या यहाँ. I've asked a few of my other friends and stuff अनि माइती गएको बच्चा पाइसकेपछि अनि बुढा आएन भन्दा कहाँ आउँछ त बुढा, कहाँ आउन मिल्छ र, यस्तो यस्तो पनि रहेछ क्या कतिजना आउनै हुँदैन टाइप्स और कहाँ उसलाई गाह्रो हुन्छ भनेर त गएको हो म यस्तो. सो हामीले पनि एज लङ एज वी किप गिभिङ वे फर द्याट हुन्छ नि कि होइन म आफै पनि जान्छु बिकज मेरो बुढालाई गाह्रो, देन त दे विल जस्ट गेट मोर एन्ड मोर कम्फर्टेबल इन द्याट लाइफस्टाइल नि त.
And us men, bro, we can't think for ourselves.
You can?
We can't think for ourselves. We have everything figured out. Somebody was there हाम्रो धेरै अगाडिदेखि नै ल केटा हो तिमीहरूलाई सजिलो पार्नको लागि यस्तो यस्तो रुल्स मैले बनाइदिएको छु फलो गरे होला. I don't know, there was somebody who did that होला जस्तो लाग्छ क्या मलाई चाहिँ गरिआएको कुराहरूमा चाहिँ क्या. Because it's always the men who's been like, you know,
who have dictated everything.
They've dictated how to live our lives.
Yeah.
I was like that's such bullshit. मलाई लाग्थ्यो क्या पहिल्यैदेखि क्या. Because work scene हेर्दाखेरि पनि I'm seeing such there's a difference, okay? You can just feel it. You know, a lot of things, being a female, you have an easy way out. As a man, you have more things that are like easier for you, okay? And it wasn't a favor, man. It wasn't a favor just to be able to spend time with my own child, man. That's what I wanted.
Exactly.
And in that process, I'm helping out my partner, my friend, my best friend. You know, she was best friend. That's why I'm married to her, no? It wasn't decided that hey, at least. So I have to live up to that. And for me, a relationship is always you give so and so amount and the other person gives so and so amount. Because there's one thing, I don't know who made this, but I'll quote my mom because she was the one who taught me this. When you're in a relationship, there's an I and there's another I. When they're together, it'll be a beautiful we. But this I has to understand that if they are not good in themselves, you can't be in a relationship with another I. And when they're together, they should be I++.
I++.
Plus. Add tax and everything in it. So when I was in a relationship with her, my mom told me, hey Baba, when you're with Priyanka, does she make you Ayushman ++? It's like, yeah. Do you see that you make Priyanka ++? I guess so. And that's how. And everything is history.
Of course, everything is.
And then I think arko kura चाहिँ what I'd like to mention, since we're talking about this pregnancy and this whole journey, to all the new moms and dads out there, I really wanted to put this message across. There are so many times, I can say this because I'm a mom now. And you wouldn't be able to relate to it. But now that I've lived it myself, I know. As a mom, you will beat yourself for your kid. To a point that you sometimes don't even realize कि तिमीले खाएको छैन, तिमीलाई निन्द्रा पुगेको छैन, or तिमीलाई जिउ दुखिरहेको छ, because your body clock पनि कस्तो हुन्छ रे भने नि, everything your body does is to create that milk for the baby, क्या. जसरी प्रेग्नेन्सीमा हामीले कतिचोटि सुन्छौँ नि, प्रेग्नेन्ट भएको बेलामा त रुगा खोकी पनि लाग्दैन, केही लाग्दैन, your body has a shield भन्छ नि. So that shield is actually preventing your baby in the inside. That's why प्रेग्नेन्सीको बेलामा यस्तो रुगा खोकीले छुँदैन भनेर भन्छ क्या. अनि छोएन मलाई पनि टचवुड छुँदैन रहेछ क्या. You become अलिकति extra layer of immunity हुन्छ क्या तिमीमा. And post the baby चाहिँ के हुन्छ भने you start feeling weak क्या. मलाई भइरहेछ अहिले. I'm 3 months plus postpartum. Kneesहरू दुख्ने, पाइतालाहरू दुख्ने हुन्छ नि. एकछिन मात्र, you don't even have to sit for like hours. आधा घन्टा मात्र एउटा पोजिसनमा बसेर उठ्यो भने it takes me 10-15 seconds to settle. Adjust. पाइताला दुख्ने, calvesहरू दुख्ने. त्यो चाहिँ किन भन्दाखेरि your body has gone through so much नि त. You just gave birth, you know. There's all those hormones changing and there's like mental mood swings going on, physical changes going on. And your body, you're constantly providing नि त if you're breastfeeding. So त्यो बेलामा चाहिँ मैले आफ्नो पर्सनल एक्सपिरियन्स चाहिँ I will never reach out and ask for help and say कि मलाई गाह्रो भयो, मलाई
You're not that. Yeah.
No mom will be like that. Okay? यो चाहिँ मैले देखेको छु.
Yeah.
You will beat yourself up for your baby and to just provide and be like, oh, this is my job, this is my baby, because you will feel that extra layer of protection and towards your baby. It's okay, more than your dad, more than the dad. This is always true because you've put the baby head was inside you, Nita, and you gave birth to the baby. So your connection automatically huncha, okay, where you will you'll beat yourself up to provide for your baby, even if you're not feeling too well. So your मैले point किन राखेको भने, even if your wife is not asking for help, even if the mother is not asking for help, as a father, always reach out भन्छु क्या म चाहिँ. Always see if
Be
she's
aware.
uncomfortable. Be aware. Because उसले कहिले पनि देखाउँदैन के. कहिले पनि देखाउँदैन एउटा ममले कि ओ मलाई गाह्रो भयो एकछिन बेबी लिदेऊ त म 1 घण्टा घुमेर आउँछु. Never. A mother will never do that. But doesn't mean कि she has it handled or figured out. Okay? And a lot of the times say मैले देखेको है, I'm not trying to say every man is like that, not pointing fingers at all. Because women seem to have it all in control जो देखिन्छ के आमा भइसकेपछि. Because बच्चा पनि फेरि आमासँगै बेसी मान्छ. Because they can recognize you by your smell, the smell of your milk. So, रोइरहेको बच्चालाई पनि आमाले लियो भने मान्छ बच्चा normally. So, it might look like they have it under control. सकिहाल्छ नि भनेर. So, don't turn a blind eye to that भन्छु क्या म dadsहरूलाई चाहिँ. Because a lot of the times, it is the most beautiful thing in the world to have a baby and to look at her and to smile with her and everything. But भित्र मलाई पनि feel भएको कुरा हो, you're constantly tired. And it's okay, you're allowed to say that. Okay? You're constantly tired and you're always hurting somewhere or the other. Breastfeed गर्दाखेरि पनि your breasts hurt, they're sore, back दुख्छ, खुट्टा दुख्छ, पाइताला पोल्छ, everything happens. Okay? So at that point, as a husband, even if you have never learned this in your life, learn it now after watching this podcast. Be there for your wife. Be there for the mother of your child, even if she never asks. Just be there.
I know my kids' godparents now.
And you know what the thing is though? It wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
Do not be mistaken.
It'll never be perfect.
It was never perfect. We're not striving for perfect.
Perfection.
No. What I'm trying to say is whatever she's saying is something that we should acknowledge. Acknowledge the गर्नु. And she said husband, partner भनौँ. A partner, human being हो. उसले भने जस्तै त्यो मान्छे देख्छ, oh, she looks like she has it all together.
Yeah.
I was there. I went through it. I was like, damn, she got it all together. Let me do all my stuff. I did. But I am willing to accept my mistakes.
Yeah.
Because it's not something that you can avoid. You are introduced to a certain environment, you will react to a certain environment. I'm not talking as a man, I'm talking as somebody who was introduced to this environment.
Yeah.
And then what made it better was communication.
Yeah. We had to sit down and have a long talk one night.
Exactly. Yeah. Where we would sit. No, that is, I think. That
one night wala talk yaad hai.
One night, I know, it was dayish.
Evening-ish.
Evening-ish.
Yeah.
Evening-ish is.
But not the harsh kind.
Yeah. Not at all.
Just a few things that I had to let him know.
Yeah.
That I'm not being able to do it myself. It might look like
that's
it.
That's where moko भन्ने त त्यहाँबाट put define हुन्छ नि त. Where I chose to sit down, I was like, all right, please tell me what you're going through. I want to listen to it. I want to process it, and I want to be there because when she said about as a mother to give birth, we're never going to know, bro.
No,
Trust me.
Of course not.
I understand 100% of the ratios, 100% maybe 75% males are like, ooh, as soon as I see my child, I'm like, oh, this is my all I know. But the rest, they're going to have a hard time. Because it's not something that they grew in themselves. It's मैले जन्माएको मैले नर्चर गरेर राखेको चिज त हैन नि त त्यो. So त्यो मान्छेहरुलाई चाहिँ what I can say, because this is something that I also practiced, because as soon as I saw her pregnant, it was her my मेरो मनको टुक्रा type छ नि त प्रियंका त, and I gave it my all. When the baby came out, I was like, wait a minute, it's done. Now who do I care for? Do I give all my attention to my baby? Or do I half and half it? I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And I actually told her something. Okay?
Yeah.
That is so true.
And I actually told her something. I was like, Maya, whatever I have for our child is a projection of what I have for you. Because it is something that did not come innate to me, to love a child, to love my child. It wasn't like, I saw her, I was all love and love. But to love this child, I had to project what I had for her. The love I have for my child is the love that I have for you. So I will take care of you as I take care of our child. That is how I do it. And I still do it.
You're going to do this for the
rest
for
of
the
your life.
rest of your life?
Because at the end of the day, our child is going to have their own lives.
He keeps saying he loves me more. So
Of
let's
course.
see कहिलेसम्म भन्छ उसले त्यो चाहिँ.
No. I definitely would. Because tomorrow, we haven't seen tomorrow yet. तर चलिआएकै कुरामा, the child's going to have their own life.
Of course they will.
They will. And you can't be like, no, you're mine. I'll keep you here. You can't.
Yeah.
They'll live their life.
But I can say that to you.
What?
That's why it's you and me.
यो क्यामेरामा मात्र नदेखाएर क्या टाढा छ क्या.
Oh man, this is so nice. This is so nice. I've known both of you guys individually.
Yeah.
I know I've spent a lot of time with you. A lot of time for a lot of years. And I've spent tidbits गर्दै with
A long time after.
And last time we met was, I still remember the moment at your wedding reception. ठ्याक्क त्यो के अरे हैन भेटेको भए चाहिँ सँगै भन्दा चाहिँ ठ्याक्क त्यो फोटो खिच्ने याद छ कि त्यो लाइन याद छ कि मलाई हुन्छ हैन मैले काटेको थिएँ लाइन हैन धेरैजनाले लाइन काटेको थियो त्यो दिन हैन म त्यो लाइन काट्नेमा परेको थिएँ हैन बट that was one of the त्यसपछि ठ्याक्कै लकडाउन भयो नि हैन त्यसपछि नै भयो के
within 10 days.
Yeah, within 10 days झ्यापाकै लकडाउन भयो नि हैन.
Because I know exactly why. किनभने हाम्रो सामानहरु सरेर थियो नि त नयाँ घरमा अनि सर्दै halfwayमा we were like done lockdown.
Shit, eh? All right, we're not done with this because again, this is education that everybody needs, and one of the reasons why I started this podcast was because of days like this. Honestly,
okay. So now that you brought up education, there's another thing also. Since we're still in the pregnancy topic, and I wanted to talk about is. What happens to a woman after she gives birth?
Exactly, that's what I wanted to get into.
So a lot happens to a woman after she gives birth. अनि म चाहिँ तर यो फेजको लागि चाहिँ honestly, if you ask me, I wasn't prepared. Because postpartum phase. Because I had read about it because I'm the kind of person that reads so much that it irritates the shit out of him. Because he's like, please stop reading about everything.
I'll explain that later.
Because I like to just stay prepared and just know everything beforehand. So मेरो pregnancy phase was world class. A star दिन्छु म आफूलाई pregnancy phase मा I was the happiest pregnant girl, I think. I never went through mood swings. I was never upset because मान्छेले भन्छ नि नाक लाग्छ यो गनाउँछ खाना मलाई लाग्दैन nothing मलाई केही नाक पनि लागेन मलाई morning sickness पनि खासै भएन अलिअलि भयो त्यो जसलाई पनि हुन्छ but then it didn't last for even more than I don't know 2-3 weeks I think maximum. So I had a very smooth pregnancy के although I was big and I was the happiest pregnant girl. So I was thinking, through pregnancy, 9 months, मेरो C-section गर्दासम्म त मलाई केही भएन because I had a C-section delivery, हैन. Post बच्चा हातमा आइसकेपछि त it's a piece of cake. त्यो mindset-सँग म गएको थिएँ नि त. But I think everything crumbled for me post
after that.
After the delivery चाहिँ. So first few days चाहिँ I was just thinking कि अब के अरे CS पनि गरेको छ and there's all these medicines in me and stuff त्यसले गर्दाखेरि होला स्लिप अलिकति डिस्टर्ब भइरहेछ यताउति दिस द्याट भयो 1 दिन भयो 2 दिन भयो 3 दिन भयो सुत्नै रातभर सुत्न सक्दैन and then I started reading again के हुँदो रहेछ भनेर. So there's something called pregnancy blues and there's something called
what is it?
Pregnancy blues. So pregnancy blues, if you have it, a lot of people don't even talk about this. Pregnancy blues भयो भने चाहिँ right after you give birth को let's say around 2 weeks 15-20 days जति चाहिँ you experience extremes of emotions okay? एकछिनमा you're extremely happy, एकछिनमा you're extremely sad that you'll cry for no reason. Ekshima, you're moody. Ekshima, everything is good and nice. Ekshima, you don't want to see anybody's face. Pretty much 80-90% of women will go through this. Okay? But a lot of you won't even know because you are so occupied with your baby that you don't have time to actually realize that this is happening to you. Address पनि गर्दैन कुरा पनि गर्दैन खासै अनि यो चाहिँ किन हुन्छ भन्दा pregnancy blues चाहिँ it's not a big deal है फेरि डक्टर्सहरूले पनि के भन्छ नि it'll come and it'll go. It's because you gave birth so huge amounts of hormones up and down by the body. You started producing milk and the amniotic sac and everything your body was doing for the baby all of a sudden is gone. The uterus is trying to come back to its size because everything was expanded and this, that. So त्यो phase obviously periods हुँदाखेरि त एक दिन दुई दिन stay away from them because you go through mood swings and stuff. So imagine this is like 9 months को baby coming out of you and all the hormones going all over the place. So 10-12 दिन चाहिँ यो हुन्छै हुन्छ अरे के जसलाई पनि, it's expected. So मलाई पनि भयो. एक दिन I still remember dining table मा बसिरहेको थिएँ. It was a gloomy day. It was about to rain and I was just looking outside and I started crying. Just like that. And then he asked me किन रोको and I said just मलाई रुन मन लाग्यो. फेरि he's the kind of husband who will say रुन मन लाग्यो भने रो. It's good नि, it's good to take it out. So then म पनि रोइदिएँ. होइन रोयो. So then we were thinking 10-12 दिनमा it'll pass because that's what my doctor told me as well. It's just pregnancy blues, it'll pass. So didn't take it seriously. But then it started getting serious when I couldn't sleep at all, okay? At all. Just the idea that it's about to be dark would scare me. It scare me next level. It's so scared. My face my dekhinthyo, okay? And he would try to do all these things to calm me down because Ayush is like really into spirituality and, you know, he would try to talk me out of it and explain to me that the body is going. And I know all that, okay? तर पनि अब you can't deal with all the hormonal changes that you're going through नि त. अनि so त्यसपछि डक्टरलाई कुरा गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ then she was like, okay, pregnancy blues भन्दा अब next step अलिकति माथि, which is you might have sleep anxiety, postpartum anxiety. अब यसको पनि next step माथि is going to be depression when it goes on for like a year. When women experience this for a year, okay? And then, so मलाई यो हुन थाल्सकेपछि then I started researching and reading about it. Then found out so many women cannot relate or connect with their own babies. आफ्नो बेबीलाई आफ्नो ठान्न नसक्ने पनि हुँदो रहेछ. That's like an extreme level of depression. You cannot connect with the baby. You cannot call it your own. Baby देख्यो भने रिस उठ्ने त्यस्तो पनि हुँदो रहेछ. So then when I was trying to tell my doctor what's happening to me, so there were these questions she asked me. बच्चासँग टाइम स्पेन्ड गर्न मन लाग्छ? Like if she's crying, if you have to nurse her, do you feel irritated, agitated? Or do you feel like, oh my God, no, come baby, I'll feed you.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, I don't feel irritated, agitated. I don't feel like any kind of pressure on my baby or anything.
Yeah.
So then she was like, okay, it's not depression. So what you're going through is probably sleep anxiety and pregnancy, postpartum anxiety.
Sleep anxiety.
Yeah,
that's
so
what it's called.
कसरी हुँदो रहेछ त भनेर फेरि डक्टरसँग कुरा गर्दाखेरि. So that normally happens for various reasons. तर मेरो आफ्नो personal हावभाव हेरेर डक्टरले भन्न खोज्दाखेरि चाहिँ it was because I was too overprotective about my baby, के. So मेरो दिमागमा चाहिँ एउटा लेयरमा सबकन्सियसमा के बसेको रहेछ भने I cannot sleep. Because if I sleep त्यो पार्टमा who will look after the baby? I should not sleep. त्यो लेयर बसेको रहेछ के. I should not sleep. I cannot sleep. I cannot trust my baby with anybody else.
म त्यहाँ हुनै पर्यो जतिखेर पनि हुनु पर्यो.
हुनै पर्छ.
Awake.
I have to be awake. I cannot sleep.
So she'd continuously be in like fight or flight.
Oh.
All the time.
All the time.
6 weeks, almost 6 to 7 weeks postpartum.
सुत्दै नसुते.
Yeah.
That cranky always.
No, not
cranky
cranky.
पनि छैन.
Not cranky.
Cranky चाहिँ थिएन.
It's like
But very sad. Okay?
घाम ढल्किँदै गयो. अब कस्तो हुन्छ भने, alright, it happens once, it happens twice, the third time, when you're trying to get out of it also, third time you're just like, what the hell, man, nothing's working. अब त anticipate मात्र गर्न थाल्यो नि त. Every time the sun goes down, she's
I
going.
would start anticipating it. Okay?
अनि snappy भन्दा पनि त्यो antsy के. Antsy.
डर लाग्न थाल्ने के.
डर लाग्न थाल्यो.
अब सुत्ने टाइम भयो भनेपछि कसरी हुन्छ पुश गरौँ सुत्न नजाऊँ हुने के मलाई. I would be scared to just go to bed मात्र पनि lie down. And then you know what the funniest part was? त्यो whole evening भयो डर लाग्ने हैन. अनि राति हुन्छ नि. अनि ओछ्यानमा गइसकेपछि डर नलाग्ने के. Because actually nothing's going to happen to me नि त. It's all in my head नि त. राति के हुन्छ र? केही त हुँदैन नि. And then राति म आफूलाई के भन्दैन अब I can't sleep नि त. And I would just tell myself, you know, fuck it. के हुन्छ त if I don't sleep? आज सुत्दिनँ भोलि सुत्दिनँ पर्सि त म सुतिहाल्छु नि भन्थेँ अनि फेरि पर्सि म सुत्थेँ फेरि.
तर 2 दिन सुता छैन.
2 दिन अनि कहिले बेला चाहिँ 2 दिन 3 दिन भइदिने 4 दिन भइदिने अनि फेरि नसुतेको भन्दाको मतलब कस्तो भने सुत्दै नसुत्ने है फेरि सुत्नै नसक्ने अनि बिहान घाम आइसकेपछि चाहिँ I would just get up and I'd be like, oh घाम आयो okay now I'm happy. घाम आएपछि I'm happy.
How did you handle all this?
उसलाई त कस्तो गाह्रो भएको थियो. He didn't show it but then
No, it's everybody has their own problems. Mine was nothing close to what she was going through. I kept everything underneath whatever she was going through, and I was just being a part of Unsani, just to be there and help her out, however I could. Just listen, just to share whatever I know, and then I did my own piece of, you know, the looking around at kicking all that is a life, and basically I was just there. I just wanted to be there. Those good experiences. That was when I stopped meeting people. I stopped going out. I just stayed home. I just wanted to be there, help her out, and you know, उसको experiences म पनि अलिकति भए पनि experience गरिदिउँ भन्नेमा मात्रै थियो क्या मेरो mindset चाहिँ. Because I tried, man. I tried a lot of things. I'm somebody who just if somebody listens to the things that I do, they'll probably think I'm cuckoo. They'll probably think I'm a jogi or something.
You're starting a podcast, don't worry.
I know. That's where I will talk about all of that. But no, to humanize it, funny.
Yeah.
To humanize it as in like a layman term, if I have to explain. I tried a lot of things with her. And that's where I understood. You have to be fed these information in a step-by-step fashion. So you and your body and your whatever metaphysical accepts it and believes it. If you don't believe in it, you can't do it, right? Some people think only medicines will heal them. That is why only medicines.
Exactly. I want to just add on to this, होइन. डक्टरले आएर दबाई दिन्छ अनि ठिक हुन्छ भन्ठान्छौँ नि हामीले होइन. त्यो एउटा पाटो होला होइन. तर आफूले आफ्नो ज्यान कस्तो छ भनेर थाहा पाउनु पनि पर्ने रहेछ के. You have to understand your body रहेछ के. That is very, very important रहेछ के.
Absolutely.
And then what did you do? Like how did you get out of it?
I never went to the medicine phase, because doctorले चाहिँ मलाई medicine-सम्म पनि prescribe गरिसक्नु भएको थियो. Sleeping pills and antidepressants पनि खाऊ, because if it's affecting your mood. अब साँझ हुने बित्तिकै नसुत्ने त आफ्नो ठाउँमा छ होइन. But साँझ हुने बित्तिकै my everything would drop के energy. Because I would start anticipating नि त. अब साँझ भयो, अब राति हुन्छ. अनि रातभरि चाहिँ अब के फिल हुने भने सुत्न पनि सक्दैन अनि एक्लै. And as it is, the nights are lonely भनेर भन्छ नि त होइन. And त्यसकै माथि if you can't sleep and you're thinking and टोलाएर बसेपछि त you don't look forward to those nights नि त.
You don't.
Yeah. And then so I would then tell myself, and then I think मेरो turning point कसरी आयो भने, even he kept saying it, even my doctor kept saying it, the more you त्यही कुरामा मात्रै म फोकस गरेर बसिरहेँ भने त it's never going to go away नि त. Every day if I start anticipating it, then it's never going to go. Because ल साँझ अब डर लाग्न थाल्यो भनेपछि त even if that was a night where I would be able to sleep, I cannot sleep anymore ni. Because I'm thinking about it so much, about the fact that I can't sleep so much that I'm not going to be able to sleep, obviously.
You're not going to.
And then slowly my doctor also started saying that because like I told you अघि पनि बेबीको ममसँग जहिले पनि connection हुन्छ के. Because she came out of me, right? So then doctor started telling me like whatever you go through, whatever you're feeling, the kind of energy you surround yourself with, it's going to pass down to the baby. Because you're breastfeeding her.
Exactly.
I think that was what I said.
You said, yeah. So it's going to pass down to her, that energy. And you don't want that to pass down to her, Nita. At such a small, young age. 2 महिनाको बच्चा. त्यतिखेर 2 महिना पनि भएको थिएन, 6 weeks. Ani, whatever you're feeling, she can feel it because she's right there. She's feeding off of you. So you're feeding her everything. You're feeding her everything that you're feeling. You're feeding her everything that you're going through. So if you're going to be in this mood, in this zone all the time, then that's what is going to go to her. But then obviously, like he said, these are the kind of things you need to be introduced to, like, to be able to believe in that. And I've always believed in manifestation and asking the universe what you want because you'll get it. Because you actually do get it. But you have to believe in it, Nita.
You have to believe in it.
And you have to practice it.
Yeah. I say it out loud.
You know what the thing is? The example, okay? You can't be sitting at home watching people do karate on YouTube and then go outside and try it.
And imagine that you're Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
You can't. You have to put in the hard work.
No, you have to.
You have to. And even with, your own mental state and your emotional, and understanding how all these things work and making it your own. Trust me, because there is no general way of, a medicine is ones and zeros. Because it works and it doesn't work. And it works this way and it doesn't work this way. And there's side effects.
Yeah.
And with the mental thing and with spirituality and meditation, there are ways you can meditate in a wrong way. Did you know that? There are ways if you do meditation, it will not work on you. It will worsen what you are going through. And these are things people haven't been introduced to. People just think, Santa bossu and meditate, everything's going to go away. It's not.
I'm sure it's not going to work out that way.
It's not. Meditation is not a cure. Meditation is just being able to see things clearly. when everything is hazy in here. When it's not a solution to a problem.
No.
It is calming you down so you can actually see the solution, and which is actually the parda wala solution, and the real solution.
And work towards it.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
work towards
Yeah.
it. So calmness ल्याउने हो मान्छेमा.
You
Meditation.
guys are so good good together, man. Seriously.
So,
the
wait,
more I
wait,
listen, no.
Let me finish my postpartum because this is very important.
Okay, of course it is. I'm just gonna say this, and then you guys are great together. This is no, I love this. And
Thank you.
and then
So now I'll tell you what I did, and I would also want all of you girls, ladies, going through postpartum, if you've just given birth, to go through this. First of all, talk. One of the biggest thing that we do is we don't talk, okay? And I can understand why you wouldn't talk, because society will easily label you as pagal hunalai cha. So if you just wake up one day and say कि मलाई जतिखेर पनि रुन मन लागिरहेछ, मलाई यस्तो भइरहेछ, राति डर लागिरहेछ, म सुत्न सकिरहेछ भने, it's very easy for people to say पागल खुस्किनलाई क्या हो, के भयो, यत्रो प्रेग्नेन्सी भएर सकिसक्यो त अब, बच्चा पाइसक्यो त अब,
पागलमा त पनि भन्नु पर्दैन, हे के हुँदैन भोलि
ठिक हुन्छ. अनि अर्को मेन मैले सुन्ने गरेको चाहिँ के रहेछ भने, अब यत्रो प्रेग्नेन्सी भयो त बच्चा पाइसक्यो त अब सकिसक्यो, लाइक द्याट माइन्ड सेट के, अब त बच्चामा ध्यान देऊ न, इट्स नट अबाउट यु. But hello, ladies, it is about you. It's about you first. Because if you're not okay, your baby's not going to be okay. Definitely. Because if you're not okay, you can't provide. How will you provide when you're mentally not sound, Nita?
Yeah.
So talk about it, first of all. To whoever you're comfortable with. The best is to your partner, to your husband, to the father of your child, whoever is around. First priority is te hunu parcha hai. So make sure that there's a comfortable space where you can talk about it. And if husband sanga kura matre garera pugena भने पनि tell. The more you talk about it, the easier it gets. मैले feel गरेको. So then मैले के गरे, I reached out to my other pregnant friends, girls who've just given birth, my other friends. And then I found out that everybody's going through something or the other. Okay?
Almost similar.
Almost similar. जस्तो मेरो रातभरि सुत्न नसक्ने थियो. कसैको बच्चाले बुबु latch नगरेको भएर टेन्सन भइरहेको. Somebody's not being able to breastfeed properly. Everybody's going through their own kind of problems that they're dealing with भन्ने भयो नि त मलाई हैन. And कुरा गर्दै गइसकेपछि चाहिँ what you realize is you're not alone first, and that it's okay, that you're not crazy, that 80% of the women will go through it, and a lot of them will not choose not to talk about it. But you have to talk about it. We have to normalize postpartum depression or postpartum blues, pregnancy blues, postpartum sleep anxiety, whatever name it is out there. We have to normalize this. We need to be able to talk about it. Nita.
Of course.
अनि सो त्यसपछि के हुन थाल्यो भने मैले के सोचेँ आफूलाई लाइक आई टोल्ड यु लाइक आई बिलिभ इन द युनिभर्स एन्ड म्यानिफेस्टेसन एन्ड स्टफ. सो सिमिलरली उसले मलाई बारम्बार भनिरहेको थियो क्या, यु निड टु अलाउ योर बडी टु हिल. आई कान्ट बी एभ्री नाइट कि ओ माई गड आज सुत्दैन होला, आज सुत्दैन होला, आज सुत्दैन. सो द्याट्स मी गिभिङ माइ सेल्फ प्रेसर नि त.
Constant pressure.
Constantly. That is me not understanding my body. Maybe for my body to heal, I should not sleep for a few days. जस्तो हुन थाल्यो क्या मलाई. ल म सुत्दिनँ अब भयो क्या मलाई त्यसपछि. अब म सुत्दिनँ ल. Maybe this is what my body needs and is asking me. Maybe me protecting my baby, staying up all night is what my body needs right now. So why am I fighting it?
Yeah.
To a point where she actually said, I don't want to sleep with you. I'll go because usko mom pani aera basna on bad sa. She still stays with us, and that is the most amazing thing.
My mom staying with us is a blessing right now.
She's the hero actually. I know. She stayed with us. She has been staying with us. And she would go and sleep with her, with the baby. Because she used to
your
think...
Your statement say, I will apologize to you again here publicly also through this podcast. No, I'm just saying it. Yeah, okay. It was very insensitive of me to say that. But I said it at that point in time and what I was feeling. So
no, it doesn't matter. You know the thing? Yeah. I want to stay... you want me to say the statement?
Yeah.
Or you want to say the statement?
Yeah, you can say
What
it.
was the statement?
So no, I'll say it. It'll sound less insensitive if I say it. So
don't fabricate it.
No, I'm not going to. No, now I'm hasera bhaniraheko छु, but त्यतिखेर it was pretty intense. So like I told you, I couldn't sleep. And यसको backstory अलिकति दिनुपर्छ, otherwise people will really judge me for saying what I said. So you need to understand why I said it. Moms will probably be able to relate with me. So के भएको थियो भने, like I told you, we figured out what it was. I'm not being able to sleep because I have to be awake for my baby.
Yeah.
Because if I sleep at that time, what if something happens to the baby?
Yeah.
भन्ने थियो नि त मेरो दिमागमा. बिकज राति त अब उसलाई ब्ल्याङ्केट छोपिदिएको हुन्छ, वाट इफ ब्ल्याङ्केट मुखमा आयो भने उसले हटाउन सक्दैन. सो अल दिस थिङ्स वुड कन्स्टेन्टली कम टु माई माइन्ड क्या. अनि म सुत्नु हुँदैन. सो बटम लाइन त्यही हो, आई सुड नट स्लिप. सो त्यो ट्याकल गर्नुको लागि चाहिँ होइन, वाट आई फेल्ट वाज होइन,
What did you do?
It's so funny to think about it now, but then I did say it, but then I didn't mean it like that. I'm sure you guys will understand why I said it. So, ऊ त अब comfortable सुत्थ्यो नि त, because he's a dad, हुन्छ नि. He would sleep. If I wake him up or if the baby cries, he would wake up. Otherwise, he'd go to sleep.
No, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. She'd have this apnea हुन्छ नि मान्छेलाई. त्यसैले उठ्थ्यो के.
भएर उठ्ने के म आत्तेर. Even if I obviously body त थाक्छ नि त. No matter mentally you're trying to take care of the
she
baby.
would pass out like सुत्थ्यो के. सुत्थ्यो तर apnea भए जस्तो गरेर उठ्थ्यो के. So I'd be up.
You'd be up.
I'd be up. I'd have to be up.
Because I would wake up so dramatically.
एकदम
सुत्ने बित्तिकै guilty हुने के.
it would feel like exorcism exorcism मा जस्तो गरेर उठ्दिने भने
अनि सबकन्सियस माइन्डले नै उठाइदिने के मलाई यु क्यानट स्लिप भने जस्तो सो आई वुड बी डेड टायर्ड होइन अनि सुत्यो इट वुड नट इभन बी 5 मिनट्स अनि म उठिहाल्थेँ क्या आत्तेर त्यो पनि लाइक लिटरली ल सुतिरहेको मान्छे इमेजिन राति उठ्यो भने कस्तो हुन्छ ऊ पनि उठिहाल्छ अभियसली होइन
No, I used to.
What did you say?
No. I had to explain because off track. I wasn't like. I'm
No. What I'm trying to say is, I'm not saying he was there the entire time. So when I woke up like that, or when the baby would wake up, he would wake up. But otherwise, he would go to sleep like normal human beings. You sleep at night, no? Which was what I was wanting to do so badly. Go to sleep. Just couldn't do it. So when the baby is up, I'm up. I feed her, and when she sleeps, I also sleep. I love sleeping. It's one of my favorite things to do. So त्यो टाइममा सुत्न नपाएर पनि एक त इरिटेट पनि भइरहेको थिएँ म होइन सो वान फाइन डे what I told him was which came out of I don't know where but
it did.
I wish I could take it back but then anyways त्यो पोइन्टको लागि त्यो टाइमको लागि I thought that was a solution and it did work फेरि it worked.
We're all waiting.
You have to know this that it worked.
We're all waiting.
So के भयो भने what I told him was I don't trust you enough right now. That's why I'm up all night. Because what I feel is if I sleep, then you're also already sleeping. होइन सो बच्चालाई के भयो भने तिमीले थाप नपाउला म पनि सुत्यो भने मैले पनि थाहा पाउँदैन
No, this is what she actually said. She said, I don't trust you with our child.
Right now, right now.
She did not say right
No,
now.
I
She said,
right
I don't
now.
trust you with my child. And at that point, I did not react. That was the best thing that I
The
did.
reaction's coming now?
No,
it never came. Because he understood Nita. He understood where I...
Because I was
where you're
introduced.
coming from.
Yeah.
Where you're coming
Absolutely.
from.
I was introduced to what she was going through, and all I said was, what will make you comfortable?
Yeah.
And she said, I'll go sleep downstairs.
With my mom.
I said, please.
So now I'll explain the process. You keep Banda. See, it is natural for me to think that because he's a dad, he's not going to be introduced to all the emotions a mom goes through with your kid. Like, मेरो अहिले पनि हैन Ayanka मात्र गरे भने पनि म उठ्छु. But he doesn't wake up. I'm not trying to blame him for that.
Yeah.
Because that's a dad thing. You will never be connected to a baby like a mother does. Okay?
Absolutely not.
You will never be able to be that. Because like even if you talk to other of your guy friends, and it's not something to be ashamed of. It's just the way nature works. Okay? When our baby cries ni, then ऊ जहाँबाट पनि दौडेर आउँछ रोयो भने के तर ऊ त्यही बेडमा हुँदाखेरि ऊ सुतेर उसले चल्यो भने नि उसले थाहा हुँदैन because that's not pain नि त but because I am mother and oversensitive and overprotective more than necessary I will ऊ सास फेर्दाखेरि पनि I will wake up even to this point अनि यस्तो उसलाई हेर्छु ए ब्ल्याङ्केट अप्ठ्यारो भएको के मिलाइन्छ अनि फेरि I just go back to sleep like I told you I love sleeping I can wake up and go back to sleep in 2 seconds I'm not the kind कि एकचोटि उठेपछि I can't sleep भन्ने हुन्छ नि like him I'm not like that. म त जतिखेर पनि सुत्दिन सक्छु के उठेपछि
म सक्दिन
म त तल माथि गरेर माथि कौसीमा गएर चिसोमा 5 मिनट बसेर आए पनि I can sleep.
So मामुकोमा गएर सुतेपछि
So then look, and when I told him that, I said, let me go and try to sleep because अब म पनि सुत्नु त पर्यो नि त. I'm beating myself, I'm feeding my baby, निन्द्रा पुगेको छैन, इरिटेट हुन थालिसक्यो हैन. So I told him, म few days तल ममसँग सुत्न जान्छु ममको रुममा and let's see how it worked. I slept तल गएपछि अनि त्यो चाहिँ किन रहेछ भने I could trust my mother because she's a mother नि त.
Exactly.
And I'm not trying to say I don't trust you because you're a bad person, you're a bad father. त्यो होइन के मेरो insecurity कुन लेभलमा रहेछ with my baby त्यतिखेर that when Mamu took her अनि मामुले यसरी हातमा सुताउनु भयो नि त and when I saw them for the first night I went अनि Ayanka comfortably यहाँ सुत्यो अनि 2-3 चोटि त first night पनि सुत्न सक्यो. It's not like कि म तल जाने बित्तिकै I slept होइन के तल गएर पनि first night I couldn't sleep अनि आफ्नै जस्तै हुन्थ्यो तर but every time I would be up मम पनि उठिहाल्ने but पछि बिस्तारै म उठि नै रहेको बेलामा पनि अब म त बेबीलाई हेरेर हुन्थेँ नि त बेबी अलिकति चल्यो भने पनि मम उठेको देख्थेँ क्या म because obviously she's also a mother and she's also gone through that with me ni ta.
Yeah.
So it's like a natural thing for a mother to go through ni.
Yeah.
So she would naturally wake up when Ayanka would make the smallest of sounds and that's where I found my comfort त्यतिखेर. That's when I thought it was okay for me to sleep.
This is such an eye-opener, Thasa. I'm getting like parenting 101 classes right here. Huh? Did you get parenting 101 classes right here? This is a very, very special podcast, man. This is a very, very special podcast.
So then, Suna, then what happened?
Yeah.
Then I felt like, okay, it's okay for me to sleep. Then I started sleeping. Tala. Not throughout the night, फेरि. Then के हुन थाल्यो भने बच्चा गयो भने म पनि उठ्ने मम पनि उठ्ने के. दुईजना उठ्ने. And then मलाई के लाग्यो भने my mom जे भने she's 60 plus नि त. अब I cannot ask her to stay up with the baby every night, no? And even he was like, अब ल तिमीले balance भेटायो अलिकति, you can sleep, right? So let's come back to the room because obviously he was also missing me and the baby. And उसले अब माथि आऊ भन्नु पर्यो हैन. So I also अब 2-3 दिन भयो सुतेको. Not throughout the night. तर सुत्थे अनि baby अलिकति उठ्थे. But then the fact that I could sleep, I could go to sleep. त्यो settled भयो नि त. Then I came back up. Then we figured out another way. Then what I said कि
What was that?
The other way was अब रातभरि म माथि बेडमै बस्ने भयो उसँग हैन. So we would sleep एकछिन उठ्ने बेबी उठ्यो भने उठ्ने and फेरि सुत्ने बेबी उठ्यो भने उठ्ने अनि तर म मजाले सुत्न पाएन नि त because again same issue insecurity level अलिकति हाई माथि आउने बित्तिकै अलिकति भयो पनि अलिकति हाई. So then what we figured out was 5 बजेसम्म यहाँ सुत्ने माथि ऊ म र बेबी हैन. अनि 5 बजेपछि चाहिँ बिकज ममको पनि निन्द्रा पुग्यो नि त रातभरि. She not disturb. She would sleep at 11, she wake up at 5, so it's good enough sleep. Then 5 बजे म तल जाने with the baby. अनि उसले चाहिँ मलाई तिमी माथि नै सुत नि त भन्थ्यो के. But then that's no. Not having my baby next to me त म त यस्तो. I tried that also. ममले के भन्यो भने 5 बजे मलाई बेबी तल ल्याइदेऊ अनि तिमी र आयुष माथि सुत. बेबी तल ल्याएपछि झन् यस्तो. Because what is my baby doing? What kind of a mother am I? बस्दा तल दिएर म माथि मजाले सुत्ने. यो त हुँदैन. This is wrong. That didn't work, son. Then I told my mom, I'll also come down. So next night, but 5 o'clock, so ke bhayo bhane 5 o'clock summer we are both up because this is the first few weeks ni ta. Baby wouldn't sleep the night. Aile ta she's an angel. She sleeps through the night. हामी उठ्नै पर्दैन except when I have to feed her, हैन. So then what we did was 5 बजेसम्म दुवैजनाको निन्द्रा खराब हुने नै भयो. So 5 बजेबाट तिमी सुत 5 बजेबाट मम्मी उठ्नुहुन्छ because 11 to 5 the mommy has slept. We haven't slept. अनि 5 बजेबाट म ममलाई बेबी दिन्छु but म त्यही सुत्छु. So even if baby cries, म उठ्छु तर I'm not going to be like on my toes.
Schedule मिलायो एकअर्काको.
So then त्यो पनि we did for a few weeks. हैन. And त्यसपछिबाट चाहिँ I also got better in it because it's a lot of it is hormones. Postpartum बढ्दै गएपछि त मेरो hormones also started settling and stuff. And then अब अहिले चाहिँ we just me and the baby we sleep together. Baby sleeps in her own cot. She has her own little cot. So she sleeps throughout the night. She's such an angel. And राति उठ्यो भने पनि उसलाई दुध खान ल्यायो. She barely wakes up once or twice. And दुध खुवाइदिन्छु उ त थाहा पनि पाउँदैन आजकल because she's not a fussy baby at all. उसलाई भोक लाग्यो भने मात्रै उठ्छ अनि दुध खाने बित्तिकै दुध खाने बित्तिकै सुत्छ.
This is going to be म अहिले भन्छु हैन यो ठ्याक्कै यसरी बनाउनु पर्यो कि यसलाई हैन कि every parent हैन or about to be parent should watch this whole podcast.
Yes. And then every about to be parent or new parents, I'm sure new parents you're already struggling with a lot of issues. Some might be different, some might be similar, but a lot of new parents like म के भन्छु भने it is going to be one hell of a journey, but it's going to be so beautiful. And you'll love it. And there will be times when you'll feel like you cannot take it anymore. Trust me, I had those moments. I'm not even lying today. And I love my daughter so much. But there have been days when I felt like, why did I give birth? My life was perfectly fine. Kina यसमा परेको होला जस्तो पनि भएको छ क्या मलाई few days. Beginning my just being honest here with you. Because I'm not going to say, oh, it's the perfect family. Everything was perfect. No. There have been days where I felt like, why did I get into this? My life was so much better without
second thoughts are
भएको छ
मलाई पनि
भएको छ हैन. But that would last like what 15 seconds. And then your baby will look at you and give you a smile or something and then it just all
imagine when she's going to be watching this podcast like 10 years from now and being like, what are these guys talking about?
No, she'll be introduced to all of this. She'll be introduced to all of this.
Yeah.
I want her to be a good human being. That's it. And she has to be herself, her own beautiful flourish in her own personality. But I think as parents, that was one thing I used to say before I was a parent. Okay? Being a parent is not a responsibility. It's your capability. Do you get the difference?
Wow.
Yeah, that's true.
Man.
Because having a child is easy, bro. You go out as a man, you don't have to do much. Trust me. Right? But if you keep seeing it as a responsibility, it's like, oh man, do I have to do it? But how far can I do it?
Yeah.
What can I do? What do I have to give to this individual? That, yeah, we manufactured, we produced.
Yeah.
What do I have? What am I capable of doing? Self-reflect, then do. Do not conform to what society says. Even your own parents sometimes. Because what is good and bad is subjective. Some may say, AC nabale bacha ko lagi. Hami gan AC baleru rakhchau. But to a certain maintained temperature. Right? So that she's comfortable. So when she's outside, when it's cold, she doesn't ekasi atmospheric change knows.
Yeah.
Adapt गर्न सकोस्. So you have to go with the times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't necessarily mean you have to conform to what somebody else says and somebody else को लागि work गरिरहेको चिज. It does not necessarily have to work.
Well, I have to work
us.
for you guys. Yeah.
Yeah. So whatever we said is also something that not necessarily has to work for everybody. When she said speak, I would say write if you don't have anybody to talk to also. Just write. Write your emotions down, because I used to do that.
Yeah.
I didn't have anybody to talk to at a certain point in my life when she wasn't there. And that was when I used to write a lot. I used to read books, I used to write. Books that used to help me.
Yeah.
You know, and be introduced to things that would actually make me a plus version of myself. Because it's easy to be comfortable.
I love that plus version. That's
I know.
the amount of love that you guys have for each other.
And
that
so
I can see
the
when
people
Sunny-
thought we would never work.
Well,
मलाई त्यस्तो सोच्दै हाँस उठ्छ भने अहिले त
थियो र त्यो.
होइन म भन्छु नि थियो होइन
अति नै थियो नि बाबा अहिलेसम्म पनि छ अहिलेसम्म पनि we occasionally get those comments that हेरौँ कति दिन टिक्छ.
Man, we've been here for a long. Okay. I'm gonna say we've been here for a long time. All right. Whenever you start the podcast, I'd love to come in as a guest. I'm saying it right here on my podcast. I'd love to come in as a guest.
I'd
We
love
got
to
to sit mazzale. I know we got to sit mazzale. Priyanka, honestly, I've seen every step of the way. Seriously, man, because thank you guys for putting it up on YouTube. I know we've seen every step of the way. Known both of you guys personally for such a long time, and it's so good to see. Chori grow up, okay? We're gonna see it, and everybody's gonna see it, and everybody's gonna see that how great parents you guys are. Individually, you guys are awesome as a parent too, especially with this podcast too. You know, God parents, man. There you go. Ex, musu asteza. Guys, it was a pleasure, man. Thank you very much for coming in. Seriously,
Thank you.
seriously, God damn it, thank you very much for coming in. This was so nice.
I mean, I hope it helps people, whoever is watching this, especially people wanting to go into parenthood and stuff.
Yeah.
It's always good to know where you're headed.
Yeah.
And so,
And you're never going to be ready.
yeah, you'll never be ready.
There isn't somebody holding a green sign saying go. China. That's why I said be of age, but I don't know that certain age.
Yeah.
So that you can also be capable enough.
More power to both of you guys, man. Simple as more power to both of you guys, Vincent, for all the things that you guys want to do forever. Priyanka, I've always said this, and I've always said this. I've always been the biggest supporter in anything you do, and both of you guys together as well. And like I said, you start the podcast, anything you need, bloody hell, we're both ready to go. Come over and set up screw. Screw. Pinches र screw लिएर आउँछु म यसरी हाल्नलाई हैन मैले अफर भएको थियो नि हामीले कसरी गएछ भनेर anything you guys ever हुन्छ नि I can be a part of it. I'd love to go ahead and be it. Man, it was a pleasure having both of you guys here.
It's so much fun, actually, talking about all this.
And
No,
imagine when
now
you
that
start,
I'm out of that zone and I'm just reflecting and talking about it, it's easier, Risa. But man, it was difficult when I was living it. Saying
It's quite a roller coaster.
Sure,
Yeah.
man, I'm sure. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Thank you very much for listening, everybody. Thank you, guys. Love you.
Love you.
If you love what we are doing, make sure that you subscribe and turn on notifications. This program is brought to you by Vyas Studios.